recording us figuring out what song will go to Brain Boggle.
We are recording currently.
We are recording currently.
So I should stop repeating everything you say into the microphone.
Yeah, bro.
So you just say I should stop repeating everything you say into the microphone.
So good.
And everything you say is
This is the TimeCube website. By
This is the time. This is the place. Oh my god, I'm already so excited for this. This like Angel Fire style website that you got queued up has got me so pumped.
This is amazing, dude.
literally just like
It just never ends too. Oh my god.
it's insanity.
And what is it? What is this font they got going on? We got a nice Courier font going to go with it. I like it.
Are we recording?
We are
Yeah,
recording.
we haven't like
I
started
just
anything.
hit record just to see how everything was looking on the levels.
All right, who's intro?
But
I can intro us if you want.
yeah, sure. You're gonna be our host,
Well,
the hostess with the mostest.
I'll just be the intro guy for now. I don't want to put
This
too
is a
much
fun way
pressure.
to have conversations, just like having to
true.
put a mic to your face every time you say
I know.
something, right?
It does
Way better than a regular conversation.
does make- it does
this is
make
a
it
heightened
feel-
conversation now.
it does make it feel more
I feel
important.
powerful.
So is this what podcasts are like? But like on the other end of them?
Yes, exactly.
All right, guys. So welcome to Brain Boggle.
Brain Boggle
with BB and J.
with BB and J.
I'm the J.
I'm the B.
I'm the Squee from the Brett Kavanaugh hearings.
Oh, very nice.
Sorry.
Squee? There's a squee in the Brett Kavanaugh
You
hearings?
don't remember Squee from the hearings? When Brett
didn't
Kavanaugh
watch the
started
hearings.
crying about Squee and how they used to
Squee?
get drunk together.
Gobbling the balls.
Sorry,
his buddies,
We
yeah.
got political way too early. I'm sorry.
That's true. So I'm Bobby,
I'm Brent.
I am Jack.
and we are BB and J, and this is Brain Boggled.
Yes, brain boggled.
Episode 1, guys.
Boggled.
Are we
Episode
past
1.
tense or we just brain boggle?
Boggled.
We're boggled.
I
Our
like
brains are boggled.
I like
Brain
boggled.
Okay, what's brain boggled it is then.
Because
I like it.
we're going to boggle your brain.
It's going to be tough for me with my speech impediments, but brain
all right.
boggled it is.
Well, by the end of the episode, hope the
If you
goal
notice
is
me
for your brain
biting
to be boggled.
Well, I start biting my words more as I talk now so that I don't accidentally say the name wrong.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very good.
Okay,
So,
All right. So,
So what do we do here in this podcast, Bobby?
So basically, Brent and I, we are the bees.
Yes.
We basically listen to Jack. Well, in this episode, Jack's going to be the one presenting
yeah,
us.
it could be anyone for
It could
any
be
episode.
Right.
But-
We just find stuff that we find interesting, fascinating, and frankly confusing, and we just discuss it for a while.
Yes.
And let the hilarity ensue.
Yes,
pretty
the hilarity and the mystery.
And the mystery.
Especially the mystery.
Yes.
Okay. So, episode 1, we're
Yes.
going to talk about something that I'm bringing to the table.
Yes.
Okay.
Bring it to the table, my guy.
This is something that I have been obsessed with for the past few months.
I can feel the intensity right
No,
now.
you guys don't.
You guys don't see
will.
Jack's face right now, but the intensity is palpable.
Oh my!
You guys will see in a second. So what we're going to talk about today is Time Cube.
Time cube. I don't even know what you're saying to me right now.
Dude.
I understand the concepts of time and cube as separate things.
but when you put them together, it's the thing is. So before we get into it, let
Okay,
me ask you
okay.
guys. Let me ask you guys a question.
Yes.
How many hours are in the day?
24.
24, right? What if I
Right,
told
Jack
you?
Bauer, 24 Jack Bauer.
What if I told you you're wrong?
What?
And that there's
What?
actually 96 hours in the day, because the
Wait.
day is actually not one day. It is 4 simultaneous days, known as the Time Cube.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
For a second, I was like, wait, are we talking like because, like the day starts and ends in different places? And
Right, that's what
around
I
the
was
globe?
thinking. Like
Okay.
China is a day ahead of us. You know?
I think that must be where he's coming from, and the he I'm referring to is Gene Ray.
Wow.
Ray.
This man right here.
We're going to have some like footnotes or something so you can see these
Well,
pictures
yeah,
of Gene Ray.
we'll-
Gene Ray is something special.
can we'll leave some links in the
we can link to
description.
the
Yeah.
website, but. So this is Gene Ray. He's a man from Florida. I don't remember.
Of course he's from Florida.
Of course I don't remember.
Did you even
when.
have to say it? Of course he's from Florida. Everything crazy that ever happens is from
That is
Florida.
true. That is true.
Yeah, he just looks like he's from Florida. I mean, look at that hat.
Look at that polo shirt.
So basically,
They match.
the whole basis of Time Cube is that Earth has 4 simultaneous 24-hour days at any given moment.
What?
So in this diagram, right, Earth is represented as a cube.
Okay.
Half of the cube is dark and half of the cube is light. So there are 4 cycles. One cycle starts at 6 a.m., one cycle starts at 12 p.m., one cycle starts at 6 p.m., and the final cycle starts at 12 a.m. or midnight. So basically, we're in one of these,
Okay.
and we are restricted by our minds, and we can no longer recognize the other three.
What?
I've always felt restricted by my mind, but I don't even understand
Let's
what's
check-
happening
I've already
right now.
lost you, Jack.
Let's start at the top of his website.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Which
I
I
need a
gotta,
little bit of a
which
run
I
through
gotta
here.
say, this whole kind of like GeoCities Angel Fire thing he's got going on is just mwah, choice. I love it.
And I'm assuming just for the viewers,
Ooh, he's
for
getting,
the
he
listeners,
does have some like nice little
Oh.
pop-up window
Yeah, he's
there.
got
That's
some
kind of
windows that
interesting.
pop
and I'm
up.
assuming for the listeners at home. So when we say there's a cube representing the Earth,
Yes.
this is going to sound crazy to them because they're just sitting here listening and they're like, "Wait, the Earth is not a cube."
Yeah.
But what they're
Yeah, it's
saying
flat.
is that the Earth is contained in this cube,
Inside the cube,
which is split up by four different.
four quadrants, much like a coordinate graph.
Right.
The background of this website is also I'll say a corrupted.
It's
coordinate.
graph paper.
Yeah,
Oh
if you
yeah,
look,
yeah.
you can see
From
it's-
where I was sitting, I couldn't actually tell that.
got some,
there
like-
you go.
It's got some weird warpings in it.
There's our first mystery right there.
He's very on theme. This whole website is full of mystery. We're going to start right at the beginning.
Okay.
In
let's-
1884,
Yes.
Meridian Time personnel met in Washington to change Earth time. First word said was that only one day could be used on Earth to not change the one-day marshmallow.
the one day marshmallow.
What's the one day marshmallow?
So as I discovered, he uses different words to like talk about groups of people that he doesn't like. So
Fair enough.
marshmallow, after many hours studying this, I have taken marshmallow to mean like science, like believed science is what marshmallow is.
Okay.
Okay.
I
I've never heard that term, but I'm interested to look.
Yeah,
it
I
up.
was like, is this like a snowflake situation on our hands,
It's
or
kind of
a
like
soy boy? Or
it's-
is that his soy boys or
kind
marshmallows?
of like, well, marshmallows are more of like his learning. It's scientists. Science as a concept and scientists are marshmallow.
I'm almost more interested by how he came to marshmallow for that.
I don't. Maybe because they're soft. So maybe it is kind of
okay,
like soy boy.
sure.
Okay. I got a definition here.
Okay.
It's a
Hit me with
sweet
it, Bobby.
white confection, usually in the form of a spread or small spongy cylindrical pieces.
We know
is
what
what a marshmallow
usually
is.
made up. What the mystery is.
We know what a marshmallow is.
corn
That's not
syrup,
what the mystery is.
and gelatin. I'm sorry.
No.
Now you done it.
I know I done it.
So
I went and done it.
If we continue on, right?
Yes,
So the
please.
marshmallows. So they applied the one day and ignored the other 3 days. The marshmallow time was wrong then, and it proved wrong today. This is a major lie. Has so much boring feed from its wrong. No man on earth has no belly button. It proves every believer on earth a liar.
This guy's aggressive.
Wow, there's so much breakdown in these first like three
This
sentences.
guy is really aggressive. So here we see the first mention of belly button.
Yes.
We also have no way of knowing when he added what. So the website that we're looking at is one big page. It's
Yes.
one long page that's like 1,000,000 miles long. And so we don't know when, like, I think he just added everything on at the bottom, but he might have gone back and did it. Everything's in different fonts. Everything's in different. Well, maybe
Right,
it's all
it's different
sizes.
sizes.
Everything's all
Animated
different
GIFs on the side of the
It's all-
page
there's
there
some
randomly.
random GIFs. So you read that first thing and you're like, what is this man talking about? Next paragraph. Children will be blessed for kissing of educated adults who ignore 4 simultaneous days. Same Earth rotation, practicing boring oneness upon Earth of quadrants.
What about the kissing of educated adults? What's going on here?
So here we see the first mention of educated adults. He is very anti-education.
Clearly.
As we'll learn.
so as in education is kind of like the opposite of the general view of it. Like if you're
yeah.
if you're educated, your third eye is closed.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So he'll talk. I think he talks about it in this paragraph. But I just saw belly button logic. We'll get back. We'll get back to belly button logic.
What is this, Kyle
Basically,
XY?
He talks about how once you
Nice reference. I
once you are
appreciate that.
educated, your mind is closed off to the harmonic cube, as he calls it. And so all children are born knowing of the time cube. And
Okay.
it is only through education and dogma that our brains are closed off. And that's where that's why kissing is a weird choice of words. I think he means like
The passing on.
a connection.
The movement of
Yeah, it's
ignorance.
He's sort of doing like a you kiss the ring of education sort of thing. Like like you kiss the ring, biatch. This is you're being educated.
Yeah, yes.
And
pretty
that
much.
the powers that be. Fight the powers be. I'm kind of with this guy. I'm starting to get on his side a little bit here.
Then you realize there's some race.
That was fast, Brent.
Yeah, I've been converted. I
Only
believe.
2 sentences in.
I'm a believer.
I would wait. There's a few. He gets racist at one point.
We are in Florida now, so
that's been deleted. But next line.
Okay.
Boring adult crime versus youth supports lie of integration. One educated are most dumb, not one human except dead one. Man is paired, 2 half, 4 self. One of God is only 1/4 of God.
What I heard what you just said, and it went in one ear and out.
We're just gonna
the
have to
other.
keep reading.
Yes.
Okay.
Marshmallow, a lie, and word is lies. Navel connects 4 corner 4s. God is born of a mother. She left a belly button signature.
Is this like poetry?
It kind of is. Here we see, but lies to honor unicorns. Unicorns are what he calls, I think it's his derogatory term for the non-believers. He'll say oneist. He'll say oneness. And I think unicorns, because unicorns are like the one. So I think he's like these unicorns who don't believe in the 4. And so.
Oh, I see.
God is born of a mother. She left a belly button signature. Let's go down to
wait, I just saw something that says belly button proves 4 corners.
Belly button proves 4 corners.
So his whole thing is that like this whole this time cube idea is really tied together by the umbilical cord.
Well,
right? Is that
it gets better.
Okay.
It gets better with when he explains his belly button logic.
All right.
Belly button logic works.
Yes, that's the next title.
Belly button logic works. When do teenagers die? Adults eat teenagers alive. No record of their death. Father-son image, not God's. Every man born of woman, underlined. Belly button is the signature of your personal creator. That is the most important line of this whole thing.
Okay.
Basically,
Commit that to memory.
what he is saying is that the fact that humans have belly buttons means that God does not exist.
What?
Because if we go back up to where he says, God is born of a mother, she left a belly B. I assume it's shorthand for button. She left belly button signature. The belly button signature. What he's saying is that your creator left a signature on your body, just like an artist will leave a signature on a painting.
Oh, I see.
Interesting.
And so
Okay.
since that signature is your belly button. And since every human being's belly button is different, that means that each and every one of us had a different creator, that creator being our respective mothers.
Okay.
And so if God was our creator, all of our belly buttons would be the same because they would be all his signature. Now, the question is, doesn't that mean that you should have the same belly button as your siblings?
Right.
So that kind of disproves him, but who cares about that? Because belly buttons disprove God.
Listen, if I know one thing, I know that belly button logic works.
That's true.
Don't argue it.
Now, if Kyle XY were here,
Yes, he would have a bone to pick with you and the CW for canceling his show.
Kyle XY was a show on the CW.
Yeah, sorry. Now
where
we
a
lost
guy-
Jack.
Yeah, let's move on.
Jack
from this.
lost
But
us a
basically,
while
he had
ago.
no
Now we're
belly
going to
button.
lose Jack just to make things fair, so that we're all confused.
Is this before my time?
Brent and I are
Not really.
old men.
I feel like Kyle XY had like what, one season?
Yeah, I think
maybe
so.
2. It was
just
like a
remember
really
it
dumb
because it was
CW
super
show.
weird.
It was just a poster of him holding up his shirt and no belly button.
Oh, I
but
remember
also
that.
abs.
I remember
You see?
that now.
You know that.
The
You probably
abs.
saw it at a mall somewhere.
Because I
But more
remember.
importantly, the abs.
The abs, of course.
Yeah, I remember in
Chiseled.
It was like no belly. Oh my god, and that freaked me
Yeah,
out.
so I mean, it's weird because you're like, oh wow, where's his belly button? We never think about that, but it is kind of a weird thing to not have a belly button because you can't really not have a belly button.
That's like the whole point of the show, I think. But anyway, back to the belly button.
belly button is the signature of your personal creator. I believe her name Mama.
So basically saying
Hey,
like,
your
your
mama.
mother is your creator,
Your mother
not
is your
God.
creator.
Yeah.
Your mother is your creator. Pastor told his flock that God created all of them. God created all of them. Truth was that they all had mama-made belly buttons. Church was full of liars. So again, just reinforcing his point.
Exactly.
Earth has 4 days in same 24 hours. the four simultaneous harmonic cube, if you will. One day God was wrong. Einstein was oneist. Try my belly button logic.
Yes. Suck it, Einstein.
I'll let you get to the end of this, but I have something to say.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just going to say it now.
You're gonna
Just say it now. Just say it
Speak
now.
your truth, Bobby.
So he's basically just describing time zones, right?
No.
Like, that's basically what this is.
No. So us,
There's a lot more than 4.
us
though.
right now at 3:10, I'm exposing us at 3:10 p.m.
Yes.
That means that there is 3 other BB&Js doing a brain boggled podcast.
What?
But
So it's
they're
like a
doing it-
multiverse situation now.
Minute.
Exactly, but they're doing it at 9 p.m., at 11 p.m.,
Whoa.
at 2 a.m.
Wait a minute. This is weird.
Wait, that's 3 hours. It's every 6 hours.
This is getting weird.
It's
I don't
really,
like this.
No, it's
so
really
you're
weird.
saying
it's
that,
really
that-
weird.
So this is almost
The way
like
you
kind of
said
like
that was weird,
string
which is
theory.
weirding me out.
No, it's not.
Like there's like different things happening at once.
It's like a multiverse without the multiverse.
It's like a multiverse without the multiverse.
But wait,
It's a
how
great
is
way
it
of
happening
explaining it.
on the same planet?
It's because there's 4. Because our brains are closed off to the other 3.
So like when we're sleeping at the 6 hours later, or like doing something else at 6 hours later, where. Oh my god. Okay. So what we're doing right now, right?
Yes.
6 hours from now, that version of us will be doing this very thing. But
I
6
don't-
Or is
hours
it
from-
simultaneous?
I don't know if it's 6 hours from now. I'm going to assume that it is
Yes.
6 hours. That it is just delayed, because he talks about how they all after he gets done talking about the quadrants, the
Yeah.
harmonic 4 cube. He then starts talking about the binary, and he says everything exists in a binary
Except for belly buttons.
except for belly buttons. This is really the only
The
time he
belly button
talks about
logic is
belly
airtight.
buttons.
We can't argue it.
There is no, as you'll quickly find, there is absolutely no logic or sense to any of this. It is just utter ramblings of a madman.
I love it.
There's a whole story that after we comprehend this, we'll get into the story of Gene Ray himself. But
I'm excited for that. That's gonna be fun.
Wow.
listen to this.
'Kay.
You ignore 3 out of the 4 days. They already exist. 4 horsemen have 4 days. I assume it's the horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Sure.
In only one Earth rotation, 4 angels stood on 4 corners. 4 corners
I love
rotate.
they spelled he spelled angels angles.
Oh, it's probably angles. It's probably
It's
angles.
spelled- okay.
I just
4
didn't-
angles.
I just don't know how to read.
Well, we are talking biblical here, so it makes sense.
well,
He's
that's
mixing
why-
his
that's
metaphors
why.
here.
Yeah. 4 corners rotate to 16 corners, which equal to 4 corner days. Teachers are evil liars. The oneness of God is stillness of death. I don't think I can read this.
Yeah, now he's getting like a little. He's dropping some.
He's dropping some
hard,
R words.
some hard language there.
Let's just say he's
Hard
using
language.
the R word.
He's
Yeah.
using the R word. The thing is he talks about how he really, really hates teachers and
He's
education.
cursing people.
And so the binary is that everything exists with its opposite
Okay.
within the 4 corners. That's why one God is false. Because if there was one, that's why he mentioned earlier that one God is 1/4 of God. Because if there's one God that we can comprehend, that is one. We can only comprehend 1/4 of the world anyway. So how could we comprehend the full God? We must be only able to see 1/4 of God. How can you see 1/4 of God? God does not exist.
Bruh.
Very interesting.
It's pretty intense, honestly.
The conclusion that he gets, I understand, but the way he gets to that conclusion is very crazy.
Absolutely no possible way to think.
I like the way also just a weird thing for me, how the text is slowly moving to the left of the screen the further we scroll
I
down.
wonder if that means anything.
I think he just doesn't know how to build a website.
No, that's all
You
it
mean
is.
this guy's not trained in Wix?
It's just totally funny. I just find it very funny.
at
Oh, and there's another
all,
R bomb
dude.
right there. That was
Yeah, Americans are actually mentally disabled. From religious academia taught oneism. Upon earth, Upon an Earth of opposite poles covered by Mama Hole and Papa Pole, pulsating opposite burritos, the onest educated with their flawed one-eyed perspective, opposite eyes overlay in parentheses, just to clarify, Cyclops mentality inflicts static non-pulsating logos as fictitious unicorns, same burrito transformation. That was an actual thing.
Same burrito transformation.
That was an actual thing that an actual man wrote on his actual website.
Wow.
Oh, just wait till you get
In Florida.
into the Lord Stephen Christ story. That's the next episode.
That's next episode.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
I'll bring
cool,
it. That
cool,
is
cool.
very interesting.
That was a primetime teaser right there, folks.
So just stay tuned.
Cyclops mentality is my favorite part of this entire website because it's so clever. Cyclops mentality, you have one eye. You cannot see. You have a Cyclops mentality. I just love something about that. Again, he talked about the opposite poles. He later goes on to explain how the four corners, there's midday and midnight, sun up and sun down. And those are the two binaries that create the four corners. Man has woman, I believe, is one of them. Life has death is the other one. If you would acknowledge simple existing math proof that four harmonic corner days rotate simultaneously around squared equator and cubed Earth, proving 4 days. If you would only acknowledge. Then he talks about antipodes or antipodes. I don't really know how to pronounce that.
I'm confused because I get again.
Wait, what's not tracking for you here,
This guy's
Bobby?
crazy, right? This guy's
No,
crazy,
he's-
obviously. But
he's insane.
I'm really having a hard time seeing his evidence here.
There is no evidence.
So he's just basically making these statements.
He's making these statements, and he's saying that he is right because he is.
Okay.
Is the statement.
That feels very 2019 right now.
does.
I'm right because I say I'm right.
I'm right because
it doesn't
I'm
matter
right.
if there's any evidence to prove what I'm saying is correct. I'm just going to say it and
was
put it out
so
there
Yeah,
and
exactly.
support
ahead
it
of
with
his
yelling
time.
in bold font.
Oh, I forgot the
and
sun
underlying words.
The sun and the earth
And I
is
love
the
that
other
everything
binary.
is italicized too. Like every single sentence, every single thing of this is so important that it has to be italicized.
I was going to make a CSS joke, but I can't remember enough of CSS
That's
to
fine.
make a
I don't
joke.
know any CSS, so it would go over my head.
If
So.
you have a minute, and those of you at home, if you have a minute, check out this link and just scroll through it because this is a really crazy.
Yeah, no, I
long
hope everyone
website.
who's listening to this is actually just like has this opened with them and is just following along.
Yeah, it's an interactive
Okay.
thing.
You've got to read this next part.
No cube or hell.
No, that's
Jesse
no
or
as in
Riot?
I know N or KNOW. No cube.
Yeah,
or hell.
as in you must know the cube,
Yes.
or you will know hell. Education and religion severely diminishes your intelligence and mentality, instituting oneness. Boring. He always talks about it being boring. And my theory is that he definitely is insane.
Yeah.
But my theory also is that he maybe just thought of this idea because he could. And because, like, having 1 day on Earth per day is boring. And he wanted something interesting. I literally think that is what his idea was.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's like a statement.
I want to know more about this guy. Like, does he have
Oh,
like
yeah.
a LinkedIn or something we can check out? Can we like find
Yeah,
out
we
about
gotta,
this guy?
I want to know the story.
What does this guy do?
Unfortunately, he passed away. I
Oh.
believe.
Dr. Gene Ray.
I can't
passed away.
remember.
R.I.P.
remember
Rest in
when.
paradise.
Also, doctor is a bit of a stretch.
Yeah,
He
okay,
just-
yeah. Self-appointed.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a
Self-appointed doctor.
self-proclaimed, not G. Rayburn.
Yeah, come
We
on.
want Gene. I don't even know who this is.
Who dat?
We want
Look at that.
Gene Ray of the Time.
Oh, he was
Cube.
on Fox News?
Of course,
Again, that also
he
adds
was.
up.
Oh, he passed away in 2015, which is what I thought.
Gotcha.
A former electrician and inventor, who actively promoted the game of marbles. What?
What?
Wait, the game of marbles.
Sometime after losing his own, maybe that was
So
just
you know he knows about spheres.
So okay, so we got cubes and spheres covered. Check.
Gene Ray was anti-Semitic, homophobic, and racist. Definitely. That's
He ever
definitely
stuck a
true.
marble
Again,
in his
Florida.
belly button?
We skipped a
Congratulations.
lot of stuff. He promised $10,000 to Wikipedia
Yeah.
if it first started to Wikipedia and then expanded to anyone, because I mean, like, who is Wikipedia?
Is this why Wikipedia did that weird thing where they were like, "Please give us money"?
Maybe
They lost $10,000.
They lost $10,000
this guy.
because Gene Ray couldn't prove him wrong. But Gene Ray basically was like, $10,000 to anyone who can prove Time Cube wrong. You can't do it because I have all the evidence. He referred to himself as Gene Ray Cubic, like that was his title. Cubic.
Okay.
Wisest human.
Wisest human. Nice.
Wisest human. Which is just self-proclaimed wisest man on earth. It's so good. It's so good.
Does this guy have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I was gonna say, are there any videos on this?
He might have had a YouTube channel.
I gotta
YouTube
look stare the crazy in the eye.
I think he might have.
Oh well, I want to see this interview. It's only a couple minutes long. I'm very curious.
All right, we're
to hear some of the
We're
words.
gonna watch the interview and then we'll come back shortly afterwards, I guess.
Okay.
Time Cube Central.
Central.
The Tech TV interview.
On tonight's show, the wisest man who ever lived, dueling cam girls and gay hobbits. This is Unscrewed. Speaking of the show, tonight's show, man, it's a perfect 9. If you spent any amount of time on the internet,
Oh, Tech TV.
24 hours playing the time, Gene.
I forgot about Tech TV.
When the Earth rotates once, there's only one 24-hour day, but your time cube principle disputes this, no?
Right, it has 4 corners. When it shines at midday, it simultaneously creates a midnight. Where the 2 majors join, it creates the 2 minors of sun and sundown. And each corner quadrant of Earth rotates to its own separate 24-hour days.
I like that he wears the same outfit all the time.
He's always on brand right there.
Wow.
In 4 different directions simultaneously.
Did you say something about erections? Just happened there?
Rotate those directions simultaneously. Each one of them has its own separate day.
Gene, how do you know this? What's your proof, scientifically speaking?
Well, it's in the cube. You can see it. You can't deny that. Academic institution.
Oh, shit. You can't argue that.
It's literally like.
You're offering $10,000.
We're putting a link to this in the description, too. Oh, my
I guess
God.
we will.
Institution or professor.
Not me. If I beat you in a debate right now, you're not going to pay me $10,000.
1,000.
1,000 for me? That's all right. I got my own model of the time cube right here. Where'd you get this? Magic Mountain?
So sick. I don't like this interview because they like go into it being like, oh, this guy's crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
the show's called Unscrewed.
I
mean,
know.
It's like, yeah, I agree.
There's a
It's-
small part of my heart that
You
when I
wanna believe
watch-
him.
You want to, because you look at this man and he can't, like, I have a very soft spot for like old people.
Okay.
I used to work in a senior home.
Sure.
I can't say the name because of HIPAA laws.
Yeah, okay.
But I used to
Shut your
work,
mouth, boy.
I used to work in a senior home.
Sure.
Specializing in Alzheimer's care. And you would see these people who were just losing it. And like my heart would get torn out every time. And so when I see people like Gene Ray, it really like it hurts me. It hurts me in my heart. I'm like, no, these people, everyone's laughing at him. They're laughing at him. And that's
Yeah.
what sucks.
You can't indulge his little vision for a minute.
I
mean,
know.
I think it's very interesting to pretend, or not pretend, but just like dive into these things without any,
I wish he wasn't
opinions of.
racist and homophobic.
If only he just wasn't so racist and homophobic all the time.
Then I could really.
Why do you gotta ruin it with
then
all
I
that,
could
man?
really get behind it, but I just can't because I
Oh,
can't.
there's that polo shirt and the hat again.
He's always wearing the polo shirt.
The
and hat.
shirt. It says the shirt and hat say Time Cube on them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This guy knows how the brand. I don't know how senile this guy necessarily is.
This guy.
Crazy for sure. But
After he started
branding.
making this thing, making this website, posting on forums,
Yeah.
people got traction. And at first, people were just purely making fun of him, obviously, because they didn't understand what they were dealing with.
Right.
And then slowly, he just gained more and more traction. He started off on like that news site, like Unscrewed, where it's like any old whack job can get on there. But he eventually like got on like Fox News and like real news sites.
jeez.
And eventually there was he was wicked popular with college kids because college kids don't have anything better to do than to laugh at crazy people. But
than what we're doing now.
yeah, pretty much. He did lectures at colleges. He did a lecture at MIT. He did a lecture at, I can't remember other ones, but MIT is like, he did a lecture at MIT and people went there. And
That's insane.
And we're like, hey, and he just stood up. This man stood up there and talked about Time Cube to a bunch of MIT students, and MIT let it happen. He went up there and said that teachers are mentally disabled because of their Cyclops mentality.
Their oneness.
Their oneness. They're a bunch of unicorns. And he went up there and he said that. And MIT, one of the most prestigious colleges in America, let him do that. It's absurd. This whole thing is so absurd. Now, this is where the story gets really sad.
Oh no.
Like, actually genuinely sad. There was a young boy from Australia. Yes, it was Australia.
Okay.
Who became obsessed with Jean Ray, like more obsessed than I am. Like, I'm obsessed because I'm fascinated by it.
But like he believed, he was like a follower.
He was a follower. He was Jean Ray's most devout follower, and he saved up money and flew out to Florida from Australia and like spent a few days with Jean Ray. And there's a video that this kid made on his YouTube channel where he like interviewed Jean Ray and like showed his home. And Jean Ray, you see, he's got this shed outside his house, and I think he lives with his either his children or his grandchildren, or used to at least. And he had this shed that was full. I'm talking at least 6-7 feet tall, full of those filing boxes, like paperwork boxes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like 3 feet deep, at least 7-8 feet tall, full of notes and diagrams and writings about the Time Cube. And it was just millions of papers that he had written on the Time Cube. It was like his office, his workspace. And he was like going through them and showing this kid. I wish I knew the kid's name. I need to look this kid's name up. But he was just showing it was absurd, the amount of work he's put into it. And you see him interact with his grandchildren and his children, and you're like, this, like he was a very sweet man the way he was interacting with them. And you can see in this interview that Jean Ray is sitting down. This kid is interviewing him, and Jean Ray is looking very visibly annoyed. And that's when it sort of clicked in my brain, and I was like, "Oh, maybe he really is just doing this for him." What's that?
I don't know what that was. Sorry, everyone. There's a weird buzzing in the studio. We couldn't
it a
figure out
bug?
the ghost. I thought it was my phone.
There's a bug on the floor. I've been
hey,
watching
bug.
for a bit.
What's up, buddy?
But so they're interviewing him, and he's like getting more and more annoyed. And they're like, "What is like Time Cube?" And he's like explaining to it again. And then he explains this concept where like humanity even exists within the corners. So so that's where I think he meant by adults eat teenagers alive, and there's no evidence. And he talks about teenagers and kids evolving. He says like there's a part where he says knowing children evolve into oneist adults, or the quote is something along that. Basically, it's because a baby, when you're born as a baby, you care for no one. You become, and that's your first corner. You move to your second corner when you're a child, and you care for yourself.
I literally think it's my phone, like having static interference with the speakers over here.
It's really spooky. Really spooky.
Yeah, this is getting like scary now. I'm like,
is getting kinda scary.
I'm feeling the do you feel the drama?
Well, because this is one of the things that you see when you're like, it's like 2:00 in the morning, and you're just like on the internet looking up random stuff, and you keep hearing, things behind you, and you're like in your basement, and the lights are all off, and you're really scared. Like, that's how I found this, and it was horrible. So now I have to share that experience with you guys. But basically, where was I? Child. So
Yes.
child, you care for yourself. Then you move into your third corner, parent. Parent cares for the child. You move into your fourth corner, grandparent. Grandparent cares for the family. Okay. And so Jean Ray was explaining how he's in his third quarter, soon to be in his 4th. So maybe he wasn't a grandfather then, or maybe he was gonna be a great grandfather. I can't remember, but he was like, "You're in your 2nd because you're just a child." And this kid was like, "Oh, okay." So then this kid, after this trip, he flies back to Australia, starts making YouTube videos preaching about the time cube. Gene Ray was the wisest human, cubic, obviously.
Yes.
This kid starts calling himself the 2nd wisest human.
Oh, okay.
But Mr. Dr. Ray
Yeah, he's
I
got
don't think he'll live like that.
did not like that.
Yeah. Right.
On his website, and through his other communication, through his YouTube videos, maybe, I can't remember, they must have been taken down, but he started denouncing this child.
Oh, no.
Saying, like, he knows nothing. He is not the 2nd wisest human. He is just a oneist. He is not aware of the time cube. And he is a false prophet, essentially.
This kid's probably going to get crushed by this.
This is where it gets, like, genuinely actually sad, no joke sad. Like, no joke sad, was that this kid ended up killing himself from this. Like, actually.
I was hoping it wouldn't go there.
No, like, actually, and that's where it's bad.
That's really dark.
It's and that was when
I don't like this Dr. Gene Ray guy.
no, he's kind of a jerk, and that's why I'm so.
So he's killed someone basically at this point. I mean, he's racist.
I was gonna say, I like
and
that.
he's
That was
killed
the part
someone.
that put us over the edge. I mean, the racism and the sexism and the homophobia.
But he's also a murderer.
I don't like that, but also he made a kid feel bad and he killed
not
himself. So
good.
now we're like,
It's really not.
Screw this
It's really
guy.
not.
Wow, and he had a Twitter. That's very
He
interesting.
did have a Twitter. I'm on his Twitter right now. He has a lot of weird tweets. You can't kill me, for I am 82 plus cancer. I think he ended up dying of cancer. You think trained dog oneism is impossible for? Okay, that one's
Now, Jack, I have a question for you.
what?
How did you find this time cube?
I personally am obsessed with creepy things on the internet.
sure.
Ash vlogs.
Ash vlogs, time cube,
Oh, you have to look into Lord Steven then.
various cults. I love cults. I'm obsessed with cults.
Okay, that's all
And so
right.
this was kind of cultish. And so I was looking for more things to read on that when I stumbled across people talking about Time Cube.
Yeah.
And it's like, this man is so interesting. I am
the fact that people like this
fascinated with
actually
him.
exist on our planet.
It's so weird. Like, how
bizarre.
The thing is how many people, like, before the advent of people being able to share themselves so easily with the world, you know, like back when you only had your village to talk to and you married the farmer's daughter next
You'd
door.
just be the crazy guy.
You would just be the crazy guy who'd get burned at the stake. But now that we don't do that anymore, you get
kind of like you kind of become famous.
you become famous because you get it's so easy to have a platform all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now Gene Ray gets to preach about Time
Well,
Cube.
not anymore.
Well, not anymore. Because he's dead. That's kind of
But he might be. But he might.
Well, you
be
know,
alive in
a
three other
different quadrant.
cubes.
Yeah. Don't
In
be
the
so.
other quadrant,
don't
maybe
don't
he's-
be such Cyclops. My
yeah.
guy.
I'm seriously thinking with
I
Cyclops
kind of
mentality
wish.
right now.
I kind of wish I knew more about this like theory because I would be interested to know like how this works. Like, are there more people? Like, are you existing as 4 different
I
people?
think you're giving this theory a little more credit than it probably deserves.
really
As if,
are.
there's,
100%.
as if there's actually any real tangible explanation to how any of this
But
works.
you know, I feel like there has to be some notes in this guy's shed.
Okay, I see something about the NASA
somewhere.
moon landing. What's going on
I
here?
love this line from the website. NASA's moon landing was far less of an achievement than Time Cube discovery.
Damn. Shots fired.
Wow.
Did you hear that, Buzz?
Listen to
Neil?
Wow.
The other guy?
Fuck all that.
For I.
For I have cubed the Earth.
Ooh, so wait, he
So now
cubed it.
he's
So he's
now
responsible.
He is saying it's all because of him that this is even a
So
thing
wait,
at all.
is he the quarter god?
He's not.
So is he just saying like this exists because I decided it exists?
Basically, he is the
I think
wisest
cubic.
human.
Yeah.
I think cubic, therefore I rise above the singularity mentality human and the false gods they worship. He is saying he's the greatest human being ever.
Damn.
Wow. Wow.
God, if this guy ran for president now, he would win, right?
Probably. I mean, if everyone had those hats.
Damn. Yeah, I know.
Even though that
he
polo-
really, he's got it down pat. He's got like some wild theology. He's got a nice uniform with a white polo and hat.
Yes.
God, he's got
Do you think
this.
there's any like hidden messages in
Honestly,
this?
I'm kind of sad that this guy's kind of probably a little more successful than I've been to this point in my life. So
Well, I don't know. I mean,
I'm a little jealous.
Yeah,
He's
it's
talking
possible.
now. He talks about how -1 times -1 equals +1 is wrong.
Oh,
It is
okay.
academically brilliantity.
Okay.
Is that even a word?
That's
No.
definitely not a word.
No, negative Ghost
And
Rider.
it's boring.
Space
he
Cadet
always,
pull up.
he always talks about
Boring.
how things are boring.
So clearly this dude was just bored. And
I guess he was just bored.
I guess he was just bored.
well, I think that about wraps up the main segment here.
Okay.
Do you have any other final thoughts on this guy?
I don't know. I feel like we barely cracked the surface on this.
There's so
Well, we can go
much.
deeper.
It's just so much.
There's so much.
I feel like we could do
here.
like 6 episodes.
I just
about
feel like I
this.
keep seeing the same word: singularity,
No,
burritos,
he definitely
unicorns.
just repeats himself.
bored.
over
Right,
and
that's what I'm
over.
noticing
Boring.
here. Like, I wish it were deeper.
He's talking about Cyclops' perspective. The thing is that like that's what draws me to this is that it's got so much potential for me, the reader,
Yes.
to go digging into it.
But it's the thing that disappoints me is it seems like it's just
Here, look at this.
Same
4-day
thing.
cube disproves 1-day God.
Okay. So we're back on this tip again. All right.
See, midday to midday is a cycle. Sundown to sundown, midnight to midnight, sunup to sunup. Those are the 4 cycles.
Okay.
4-day math condemns 1-day fools.
Ooh.
These four absolute simultaneous days proves the 1-day God, 1-day academia, 1-day religion, and the 1-day media to be erroneous,
Erroneous on all counts.
fictitious,
Oh my god!
and boring lies.
Again with the boring.
Education equates to a mass ice pick lobotomy.
Oh wow! Ouch! That's rough. That's real rough.
All 4 24-hour days occur within one Earth rotation. You educated,
Well,
brilliant.
at least we
word
can all agree on
animals.
that. The Earth rotates. There's one
But
rotation.
he knows the Earth rotates.
Okay, so we can all agree on that.
Listen to this.
so
Oh my
strange.
God. Adam and Eve were created at the same time, but burrito-less.
What is this burrito reference?
I haven't. He talks about burrito. He talks about burritos. He
Like
talks
what?
about
They like wrapped up in this mess.
Burrito to me almost sounded like the first time I saw like some like weird like vagina euphemism because he talked about like
Right.
the burrito for this woman and then something about like the strong pole.
Oh my God. Maybe
Brent,
that's.
You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
So is he saying
Wait.
that Eve did not have a lady part?
Well, I don't think he's saying that Eve didn't have a lady part.
Okay.
Adam and Eve were created burrito-less, meaning they weren't created
From a womb.
From a woman.
womb. There was no
from
womb.
the womb.
Oh, Brent, you really dug
Listen.
deep. You know, I wonder if this just is like it seems simple on the surface.
Yeah.
But there are all these references that we're just like, what?
Yeah,
Maybe
maybe
it's
it's,
deeper.
it's ramblings.
Wait,
but like,
listen to
okay,
this. I
okay.
actually a rib was removed from Eve, not Adam. And
Okay.
they,
Yeah, that's the original story.
No, it was from Adam is how Eve was created.
So Adam was
opposite.
created. Adam was
Oh.
created first.
Yes.
In Christian creation myth, Adam was created first, or maybe not Abrahamic creation myth. Adam was created first, and then a rib was removed from him to create Eve.
yes.
So Jean Ray is saying that Adam and Eve were created at the same time, and a rib was removed from Eve, and a hole left to make a woman of her. I think we can all know what that means.
I don't know what that means. Please explain in
no.
excruciating detail, Jack.
You were the one who brought up the
Yeah, I know,
yonic imagery.
That's what
So she was left with a burrito.
She was left with a burrito. The rib was stuck on Adam to make a man of him, and Eve is still trying to get her rib back.
See, I thought that was the original story, and that's why it explained that. I thought that's what the explanation of why women have less ribs than men was that
What?
Eve's rib was taken to make Adam.
Do women have less ribs than men?
I believe so.
Is that true? I'm
I
not a
don't know
doctor.
that to be true.
I
but
only-
I also
I
do not
only-
know it to
I
be
only
false.
completed
So
one.
then, for that matter, we're gonna just go with it because
I
none of
am
us actually
curious.
know.
I've
just gonna
only
speak it as truth.
completed one
That might have been the dumbest thing I've ever said.
I never took anatomy in high
semester of college.
I'm just dumb. They both have the same.
Yeah, no, that's some
So
that's some horse
it's
shit
widespread
right there.
though. It is something that you're taught because of Adam and Eve. And I went to CCD when I was a child.
Me as well.
So I
I'm
believe
I'm the only non-believer here.
This is one of the,
I was not raised with religion, so hence I do not have these lies in my brain.
This
I
is the
wasn't-
dogma that I was.
Seriously. But you went to school. So you do have the psychology, teachers and religion.
But this is interesting.
This is true.
So this is
This is
interesting.
true. And based on the four time cube nonsense, I guess that would be accurate. Yes.
This is very interesting to me. So, like when I'm wondering like why I thought that. It's like I remember being a kid, being in CCD, and they very clearly were like, "Yeah, women have fewer ribs than men," and I remember that being like a thing. They taught me that, and I just never questioned it. That's super
like-
bizarre. Like,
Even
why was that a
within the
thing?
context of like, I've literally never heard that before.
I don't know. It's
is
according
a
to this
thing?
article, it's a thing. But you guys are right. It was Adam's rib that
Yes.
was taken.
Well, of course I'm
So-
right. I'm not.
So you clearly remember more CCD than I do. I just remember the weird stuff.
Well, dude, all I remember was that
I'm
would
curious
do
about the weird stuff. What was the weird stuff?
well, that was the weird stuff.
Oh, okay.
The thing about the
Is
ribs.
that just that one incident's the only weird stuff?
I guess
Well,
so.
I remember
Okay.
I used to ask my mom. I'd be like, "Mom, I don't really like this whole Christian religion thing. Do I have to go to CCD?" And my mom would always tell me, "Yes, you do, or your granny mom is going to cry."
Oh my god.
Because my granny is
That's
a
some
very
emotional
religious woman.
manipulation.
And I would be like, "Okay, I'll go, Mom."
Well, yeah. I mean, that was kind of me too. I was like, "Mom, I don't really believe in this. Do I have to go?" And it was basically like, "Well, yeah, we went when we were kids, so you have to go too."
Yeah.
Eventually, kind of like died off.
And I just did whatever the hell I wanted on Sundays.
And now you work at
You guys.
Partners. Oh, I probably shouldn't say where you work on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
What'd you
cut
say?
That, cut that.
Cut that out.
Cut that
part.
out.
Cut that out. Cut that part.
Well, there's 3 different stores, so you would never know which one.
true. That's
Aha. Well, you have a 1-3 chance.
All right. Is there anything else that's crazy?
Anything else is crazy about Gene Ray?
Because I feel like we have to wrap this up at some
the
point.
whole thing. How long have we been going?
46 minutes.
Yeah,
46
like
minutes.
3 of those minutes were us just squib-squabbing at the
That's
beginning.
true.
You know,
That's true. Hey,
laying
I'm
down
down,
some
to,
sick
I'm down to
beats.
clown as long as you guys want to
There you go.
I'm-
Now you're getting
The
it.
thing is it's there is so much to talk about.
Yeah, and the thing is, I feel like this guy, he kind of is just repeating the same 4 or 5
No,
thoughts
he really
over and over
does.
and
He
over
really
again for like
does.
what seems to be a endless myriad of paragraphs that with different alignments and
Yeah.
colored text.
He's basically saying everything has 4 corners.
And if you
just
don't believe
because.
it, you're a simple bored one unicorn marshmallow
You're a
man.
onist
One Z.
unicorn. You are a slave.
You're an evil stewardship.
Evil steward. Evil stewardship is a boring government.
It's boring.
He's
Yeah.
bored. Basically, he's just a bored man. I think at the end of the day,
Just a bored old man.
he's just a bored old man who wants to believe this because it's way more fun than anything else to believe.
Isn't that what life's all about?
And that's what life's all about.
Oh, listen,
life,
guys.
life is all about
Life's all about
just not being bored. Again, he was very much not a nice man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't agree with that, but there's something weirdly inspiring about this.
Yeah, if you really try, kids, you too could have your own weird internet conspiracy
Gave a lecture
theory.
at MIT,
And you could
dude.
lecture at MIT and be on Fox News.
And,
Getting on Fox News doesn't
you're-
seem like that difficult.
And the moral of the story is if you're from Florida, you're
Yeah.
way more likely
You're way more likely to
do
believe
something
I apologize
crazy.
if you're from Florida.
Yeah.
in the cubic mentality.
Yes.
The cubic,
Yes,
you're
very
more
much.
likely to be cubic, wisest human. Well, the thing is now that I'm going to say now he's been dead for 4 years, but
If I have 4 cubic.
4 years.
oh
What?
my god!
Wait a minute. What does that mean?
God, dude!
So we fell into his trap.
Oh my god! This is his spirit acting through me. I am Gene Ray incarnate,
Oh
reincarnate.
boy. Here we go.
I am wisest human.
Okay.
I will sort of do a revamp
Yeah.
of the harmonic time cube and make it not racist, not homophobic,
Yeah.
not ableist. I think also, and we'll make it great. We'll make it wondrous.
We'll make Time Cube great again.
We'll make Time Cube. We're gonna make Time
We'll
Cube.
put that on the hats.
Put that on the hats. Make Time Cube great again.
I'm curious to the end of this, the bottom of this page.
Oh, we're seeing some green text now. That's
Yeah, there's a
interesting.
bit of green text.
Email the author. Look at all the hits.
Yeah, 247 million
Million.
time Cube hits.
And be seen counter died. What does that mean?
I think that means that after that, his whatever counter he had didn't work anymore.
Yeah, so it could be quite a bit more than that.
I love this. I love the last paragraph.
Okay, yeah. How do we sign off here? Of good. This would be probably a good place to wrap it up. Let's see the doctor's sign off here.
How the doctor signs off.
This is his last statement on his website, so we know it's going to be good.
Did you see the movie Matrix? Actually, the induced night dream world is synonymous with the academic religious induced daytime word world, enslavement of humans. Word has no inherent value, as it was invented as a counterfeit and fictitious value to represent natural values in commerce. Unfortunately, human values have declined to fictitious word values. Unknowingly, you are living in a word world, as in a fictitious life in a counterfeit nation, which you could consider matrix-induced dream world. Can you distinguish the academic-induced word world from the natural real world? Beware of the change when your brain is free from induced word world enslavement, for you could find that the natural real world has been destroyed.
Oh my god.
And I have no idea.
I'm very confused right now. There's so many word worlds.
All I know is that the Matrix. I don't know. I got nothing. All I know is the Matrix.
Well, you know what's
red
kind of
pill,
crazy?
blue pill.
Let's be left on this note. Right?
Okay.
So, there are people on this planet that believe we live in a simulation.
Sure.
What if we are actually one of 4 simulations?
Okay.
And he's actually right.
And that the Matrix is correct.
So in a weird way.
I don't even know if that's what he was trying to argue there. He's like, "Have you seen the Matrix? So here's my thing."
Yeah,
It's like,
you've
wait,
seen
what?
the Matrix, and then he just completely goes off track there. All right, guys. Well, anyway, we want to thank you guys very
That was
much
a wild ride for the
listening.
first
That was a
episode.
It was a wild
Wild
ride. I
ride.
think we really went in deep with the Time Cube. I'm very curious. I'm really excited for our next few episodes. We've got Ash vlogs coming up. I'm really curious to do the Lord Steven thing.
Ash
Yeah.
vlogs.
It's gonna be very
We got a few things to talk about.
Yeah. So
we
it's
got
gonna be
some-
fun.
We got some stuff.
We're
Some things.
gonna boggle your guys' brains.
Yeah, the
So make
brain's
sure
boggled.
that you subscribe to us on all the different podcasting networks.
Yeah, wherever you get your pods.
Yeah, wherever you get your podcasts, are what people say in podcasts.
Yes,
Yep.
and definitely check in because we're going to be doing hopefully weekly episodes.
A weekly and a weekly.
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 Yes.
Weekly, squeepily.
And send us an email or a message about your ideas.
I guess we need to have an email now. We'll be
geez.
brainboggled@gmail.com.
Is it
right.
BB and
Well,
Brain
hopefully it hasn't
Boggled?
been taken because we have not established it yet.
We will when we do it, we'll email will be put in right here.
brainboggledpodcast@gmail.com.
Okay, very good.
All
it
right,
is.
cool.
All right, signing off. We're BB and J.
Yes.
And your mind.
Has
Brain.
been- your brain. you messed
Messed
it
up the title.
already.
No. Your brain.
Your brain has been boggled. We hope.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.